welcome to NIRSA's annual meeting of the members. How's everyone feeling? Great conference so far? Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Great conference so far? Okay, all right. Okay, today's annual meeting of the members will be different from previous years. And you're asking, how is that? Well, first, it will not be the NIRSA board providing association-wide updates on our work. Yes. Instead, today's meeting is focused and centered on NIRSA's, which is yours, new strategic plan. I'm excited that our strategic planning task force, i.e. the task force, will unveil the final draft of the plan and what this means for NIRSA. And finally, today's meeting will be live streamed and recorded for all our humans of NIRSA who are not here today, those attending another learning opportunity, or if you just want to go back and review this again. Typically, the annual meeting of the members includes sharing of members recently deceased, followed by the celebration of those recently retired. Please reflect on the following montage.
Please join us in remembering the following NIRSA members who have passed away since the 2017 NIRSA Annual Conference. From Region 1, Raymond DeMuth, NIRSA member from Hobart and William Smith College, passed away in November 2017. Arthur Weston, NIRSA member from Brooklyn College, passed away in May 2017. From Region 2, Wyatt Borison, NIRSA member from the University of Alabama, passed away in January 2018. Sarah Fain, NIRSA member from Georgia Southern University, passed away in April 2017. Iris Liger, NIRSA member from University of Tennessee, passed away in February 2017. From Region 3, Tony Clements, NIRSA member from University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, passed away in June 2017. From Region 6, Richard Clegg, NIRSA member from Scottsdale Public Schools, passed away in December 2017. Please share a moment of silence in remembrance. Congratulations to the following NIRSA members who have retired since the 2017 NIRSA Annual Conference. From Region 1, Stephen Gambino, NIRSA member since 1981, retired in August 2017 from West Chester University of Pennsylvania. John Spanbauer, NIRSA member since 1988, retired in May 2017 from Niagara University. From Region 2, Sid Gonsolin, NIRSA member since 1970, retired in June 2017 from University of Southern Mississippi. From Region 3, R. William Rump, NIRSA member since 1975, retired in May 2017 from Vincennes University. Fred Thompson, NIRSA member since 2001, retired in May 2017 from Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. From Region 4, Robert Childress, NIRSA member since 1975, retired in September 2017 from the University of Texas at Austin. Bill Craddock, NIRSA member since 1980, retired in May 2017 from West Texas A&M University. Diane Dahlman, NIRSA member since 1977, retired in December 2017 from University of Missouri-Columbia. Eric Stoutner, NIRSA member since 1981, retired in December 2017 from the University of Texas at Austin. From Region 5, Lori Betting, NIRSA member since 2002, retired in October 2017 from University of North Dakota. Gary Chadwick, NIRSA member since 1982, retired in June 2017 from University of Colorado Boulder. Jack Kreider, NIRSA member since 1995, retired in August 2017 from Colorado State University, Pueblo. From Region 6, John Campbell, NIRSA member since 1979, retired in June 2017 from University of California, Davis. Congratulations to all our retired members.
Okay, I'd like to take a moment. If you know of any other members that have passed away or retired since last conference, please come to the microphone in front of me near the center aisle to provide their names, institution, and date. Okay, the task force is comprised of a cross-section of NIRSA thought leaders, including future leaders, former board members, and Pam and Aaron from the NIRSA headquarters. The members come from a range of institutional types, geographic locations, and sizes. This fantastic group spent the past 9 months on a learning journey, deep scanning of members and non-members, and modeled this for growth in mind. Now I would like to turn the meeting over to the task force.
Welcome. I am Leah Hall Dorothy, and I am your president-elect. I'm also from Oregon State University, and I've been a member of NIRSA for 30 years. It has been my honor over the past, 9 months? It was fast, to co-chair this strategic plan with Don Stenta from The Ohio State University. And without further ado, I want you to meet this amazing task force.
Thanks, Leah. I'm Pam Watts. I'm the Executive Director for NIRSA, and I've been with NIRSA for 14 years.
I'm Erin O'Sullivan. I'm Director of Advocacy and Strategic Partnerships with NIRSA HQ, and I've been with the association for 3 years.
Hello, I'm Kara McFadden. I'm faculty member for sport management at Elon University in North Carolina, and I've been a proud member for 19 years.
Good afternoon, NIRSA family. My name is Kevin Marbury. I'm the Vice President for Student Life at the University of Oregon, and I've been a member of NIRSA for a lot of years.
Good afternoon. My name is Pam Sue. I'm the Director of Campus Recreation at San Francisco State University, and I've been a NIRSA member for 30 years.
Hola familia, I am Victoria Lopez Herrera, and I am the Associate Director of Student Development at the University of Texas at San Antonio, and I have been a member of NIRSA for 4 years.
Hello, my name is Siobhan Shorter, and I am the On-Site Wellness Coordinator at the University System of Georgia, and I have been a NIRSA member for 6 years.
Hi, NIRSA family. Earl Cabellin, the Assistant Director for Human Resources and Student Development at the University of Maryland College Park, and I've been a NIRSA member for 18 years.
So let's take a look at what got us to this point. This year, we celebrated our 68th year as an association. And before anybody asks, I was not at that original meeting. But over those years, the profession has grown and changed and morphed, always trying to honor our past, cherish and celebrate the present, and embrace the excitement of the opportunities from the future. If you'll indulge me for a minute, I'd like to maybe illustrate that point. Yesterday, I was at the NASPA conference in Philadelphia with 8,000 of my closest new friends, and I got a chance to hear and actually shake the hand of Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Today, I find myself in Denver on stage with this phenomenal group of people, and in front of my NIRSA family, many of you who have put in good work on this strategic plan going forward. And then tomorrow, we get to break bread and fellowship as we honor my friend and colleague, Vicki Highstreet, with the NIRSA's highest honor. Always thinking about how we honor the past, how we celebrate and cherish where we are today, and embracing the excitement of the future. So going forward, about 10 years ago, NIRSA put forward the Future First governance model. And this was significant because it was a paradigm shift for the association. It got us away from being this non-inclusive, but maybe operationally oriented, closed society, so to speak, as it related to leadership and focus. It forced us to be a little bit more strategic and visionary and be more inclusive. It sought to include opportunities for more members to be a part of the leadership, thus borrowing the assembly and the members network, But it also resulted in a more strategic alignment of our 3 governing boards. It allowed NIRSA to become much more nimble, better define its place in a dynamically changing environment called higher education. But probably most importantly, it allowed us to be more relevant and to resonate with this ever-changing demographic of our current students. After several years of transitioning to this new model, and thanks to the great work of that Future First governance team, those early leadership boards quickly transitioned and adopted this new way of approaching their work. This in turn led to the creation of our current strategic plan for the period 2013-2018, which was ambitious, with some really impressive things that they were trying to accomplish. I'm pleased to turn over the microphone to my colleague Pam, who talked about some of the highlights of that plan.
Thank you, Kevin. So, as Kevin mentioned, I think aligning the 3 boards is one of the most important outcomes from the past 5 years. Getting those boards to work in a singular direction around a single mission, a single vision, and 6 strategic values. So then those strategic values were also launched. Sustainable communities, health and well-being, EDI, also known as equity, diversity, and inclusion, leadership, global perspectives, and service. The commissions were launched, and those groups helped to define what those values meant within our profession, help create awareness, and start to weave those values into the fabric of what NIRSA is today. We also had other really great outcomes from the past 5 years, so many that I can't go over all of them, but things like professional competencies came out of it. Canada, our newest region, welcome. We love saying, you are a part of us. You are a part of NIRSA. Our benefits of campus recreation research study that Scott Forrester published in 2014. What a great, great research tool that we've been using on our campuses to help convey the value of campus recreation to our higher administrators and to our campus colleagues. That survey of over 30,000 students across North America was very, very valuable work. The foundation, they increased their activity, they've increased the fundraising over the past few years, and our services corporation, they've really increased the amount of volunteer opportunities that are available to students and campus members across North America. To me, I think NIRSA has emerged from the past 5 years a more thoughtful, intentional association. They have really increased the opportunities for involvement, as Kevin mentioned. And we're really starting to address the challenges that continuing to address the challenges that we are having on our campuses and setting us up and positioning us for success. So where next? We want to build on that strong foundation that we've been working so hard on over the past 5 years. And so as we launched the new strategic plan task force last summer, we wanted to make it a highly inclusive process and to make sure there were many, many, many voices involved in the process. So there were 9 strategic partner groups that were formulated. That was kind of one of the first things that occurred. So we had students, we had professionals of 0 to 10 years of experience, we had professionals of 10 to 20 years of experience, we had a group of 20 plus years and past presidents. They were combined together. We had one group that had strategic value commissioners giving feedback, another group of faculty, headquarters staff, the assembly, and then associate members. So those 9 strategic partner groups really helped to give feedback directly throughout the process. We also had 5 accountability partner groups. These 5 groups, the NIRSA board, the foundation board, the services corporation board, our member network, and our finance committee, they're the ones who are going to be accountable for what this plan is and what's going to be delivered and executed over the next 3 years. So really, we had to make sure they were on board. So we had environmental scan questions go out to all of these groups. Questions like, where have we been? Where are we going? What's around the corner? What's our biggest challenges these days? What's NIRSA's big, hairy, audacious goal? What could that be? And then we fanned out into the regional and state meetings and then had discussion groups, and many of you came to those groups and helped give feedback on those same questions. So we're asking you the same questions that we were asking our partner groups. And finally, the surveys. We put out surveys to the entire membership, and even some of our past members who are no longer members to find out what's going on, why are they no longer members. And over 1,200 of you returned surveys and responded. So thank you so much. And in fact, if any of you in the audience participate in any aspect of giving input into the strategic plan, either through the surveys or going to the regional meetings or state meetings or being on a partner group, could you raise your hand? Wow, look at this. So many hands are raised in the audience. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a hand. It really was amazing work. We had so many voices involved in this process, and the data that we pulled, the information that we pulled from you really made our job much easier as a task force to help develop and formulate this plan for you. And it really felt like this is us. So then I'm going to turn it back over to Kevin to talk a little bit about the transition from the old plan to the new.
Thank you. So what will we see in that old plan, in the new plan? Well, just as we're still connected to the values and the mission of that first meeting in NIA in 1950, this new plan connects to the current plan. The same mission. We're still the leaders in higher ed and will continue to advocate for recreation, sport, and well-being. Same vision. We are the premier association in higher ed, inspiring healthy people and communities worldwide. Same strategic values that Pam mentioned earlier today. And of course, our perspective will remain as we believe they are now embedded in the very fabric of what we are. So the NIRSA is going to continue to advocate for our effectiveness as professionals and for our impact within our campus communities. So we asked some of our partner groups, stakeholders, what they felt about the new strategic plan. Let's take a look and see what they said.
I would describe the strategic plan as bold, forward-thinking, and inclusive.
I'm excited for NIRSA's upcoming 3-year strategic plan for our continued growth and focus on retention.
If I were to sum up the strategic plan in 2 words, it would be forward thinking.
I would describe the strategic plan as getting people on the bus.
Innovative and holistic wellness.
If I was to describe the strategic plan, I would say that it is going to be game-changing. It's going to be putting people outside of their comfort zone, challenging us, and really setting the bar high in order for us to achieve everything that we have planned.
My one word for the strategic plan is futuristic. Go get it.
So with that kind of support, it's time to move on to the present and share with you the draft plan of the strategic plan. Siobhan, Earl.
Thank you, Kevin and Pam. We are excited to share with you NIRSA's strategic plan and priorities for the next 3 years. As a work team, we identified 4 key priorities that will certainly change the game for our work and our impact. Again, as Pam and Kevin mentioned, these new priorities are not intended to stop or replace the core work of our association or the work that individual members on their campuses have already engaged in.
That's right. This provides the association areas of focus to lean into as we build an even stronger future. This 3-year plan allows NIRSA to be lively and act in real time to take advantage of opportunities as they arise in support of these priorities. We are excited to unveil this amazing work.
On the screen and in front of you is an infographic of our NIRSA strategic plan in its totality. And so if you notice on the left side, our mission, vision, and strategic values have not changed. To the right is our 4 key goals. But in the center is our value proposition that the committee had really worked hard on, and it's bold. And that value proposition is that NIRSA provides the best professional development offerings, the best networking opportunities, and the best resources. So with all that being said, let's go over our goals. The first goal should not be a surprise to any of us in this room. That is that we will be a driving force in an integrated approach to health and well-being. We know that health and well-being is central to student success. Ultimately, this is about making our campus communities thrive and allow our students to prepare for a life well-lived post-graduation. Recreation is part of the overall higher education mission to prepare our students ultimately to contribute back to society. NIRSA recognizes that a culture of well-being supports the core purpose of higher ed, helps students prepare for the now and the future. We will help them lead healthy, productive lives and make an impact in civic and global society where everyone is healthy and well. We also know that well-being is holistic and will involve the whole campus community. NIRSA will promote and foster the understanding that well-being is accomplished with everyone, not just campus recreation. It is multifaceted, and we must integrate our strategic values, especially in equity, diversity, and inclusion.
Goal number 2, advocate for the impact of campus recreation profession. Advance the understanding that campus recreation professionals are higher education professionals impacting student success. So what will NIRSA do? NIRSA will advocate for and amplify the voice of campus recreation among external partners and stakeholders, both within and outside of higher education. We know this is not a new concept. Our environmental scans showed us that the always we can be effective advocates for professions as we evolve. Contributions to institutional recruitment and retention remain important, but the profession needs to assert its values and show positive impact on a larger scale. Pressing issues for higher education, such as mental health and funding strategies. NIRSA wants to empower you to effectively tell your story on campus recreation to our stakeholders on campus and beyond. To be successful in this pursuit, we as campus recreation professionals must first see ourselves as higher education professionals impacting student success. In doing so, we will increase our own leadership development and increase impact on our campuses.
Our third goal is that we will evolve NIRSA structures to develop timely, relevant, and accessible learning opportunities. NIRSA recognizes that we need mixed delivery opportunities to empower our membership. It's not about in-person conferences anymore. There are other methods that we can grow and learn, and we need to get on board with that. We will transform our delivery methods, networking opportunities, and the resources that we provide. In particular to this goal, the task force was really mindful of those of you who represent a small school or an HBCU that don't have a lot of the resources that larger institutions have. And so we hope that you see this goal and you know that we were a part of that, making sure that it showed up on the strategic plan goals. We need to be more responsive with emerging topics and growing trends. So we know that it's our role that we lead recreation and set the pace and the tone for what is coming.
Goal 4, answer the question, do we need to evolve our brand given the changing landscape of higher education? Throughout its storied history, NIRSA has evolved alongside professionals we represent. Have we now reached the next milestone in the association's evolution? This is not a question we take lightly. We will be gathering more data, analysis, and direct member input, ensuring that the brand identity best tells who we are, what we are, to advance recreation, sports, and well-being.
And those are our four goals. This is game-changing, and we know that these 4 goals will transform us, our campus communities, and the landscape of higher education. NIRSA, this is us. We are NIRSA. These goals articulate our call to action and who we're meant to be. It is bold. We will continue to serve our students and campus community through the work that we do in collegiate recreation.
As Earl said, we need to get behind this plan. How are you going to get behind this plan in your everyday role? Whether you are a student, graduate assistant, coordinator, assistant director, or director, we all must take this back to our institutions to live out our mission of healthier communities.
So you may have some questions, and so we're going to invite Kevin back to the stage to maybe talk a little bit about that.
So being the thinking organization that we are, I'm sure you have questions, you may have concerns and the like, and we will be mindful of that feedback. So I'm just going to address a couple of things. I'm not going to take questions here. We'll give you some opportunities to put some questions for us going forward. But the thing that you need to understand is that we have not changed, as I mentioned before, mission, values, or purpose. We'll continue that great work from this past 5 years. But that doesn't mean that we won't continue to look at those things as well. And let me give you 2 examples. We are still open to opportunities to work globally. But we think for the next 3 years, we really need to focus on our current regions. Another example, you've heard EDI, or Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, mentioned several times, and you might be wondering why the focus there. Well, we recognize what's happening in the world. We see the things that are happening around us, and we know that we can play a part in adjusting to and helping our students deal with those kinds of things as we move through our day-to-day lives. We believe it's a critical component of well-being, and so we will continue to play the role that we can play in promoting civil discourse and respect. At the same time, these 4 goals are going to guide and shape the way we think and the way we approach moving the association forward. It will help us to take those impactful and meaningful steps we know we need to do. If you see terms like higher educational professional or evolving the brand, that's simply an extension of what we've been doing for the last 68 years. We are more than campus rep professionals. We are some of the best collaborators and team players on our respective campuses, which allows us to play a much larger role in well-being, development, and success for our students. So as we take this larger role, we should explore our brand. So how we are perceived and how we present is the most meaningful way to represent this association.
So as we look to our future, now what? What do we do now? We want to continue in the dialogue with you. We want to engage in meaningful dialogue so that we can understand your concerns, we can answer your questions, and also learn from you what you are most excited about. We want to continue the conversations that we've had, like we've done with our strategic partner groups. So we invite you to do that. We invite you to engage with us. If you have raised your hand earlier that you took part in any of this, I want to make sure, I don't have it with me, but on your tags, get that ribbon, that strategic planning participant green ribbon. Make sure you go and get one and display it proudly while you are here for the remainder of the conference. Some of you might not necessarily be someone who processes out loud. So I am putting up on the screen a way for you to email any one of us on the task force and ask us questions. Don't go spamming my inbox, okay? All right? But reach out, let us know. And as we mentioned earlier, right, you all have this lovely printout that has the image of the strategic plan on one side, and on the other side it is blank and it is open for comments. If you have anything that you would like to share after you have kind of digested everything, we do have a comment box that will be outside registration. So please feel free to write on here and stick it in that box anytime before the conference ends. We'll continue to collect feedback until March 14th. So you'll still have time to provide any type of feedback. If you check your inbox this morning, NIRSA Know, there's an article there that will provide you with information on how to access the strategic plan on the website as well. So until March 14th, that's what you got. After that, we'll be working on the final draft of the strategic plan, and it will go to the board of directors for approval in April. And once that plan is approved, then you have the opportunity to make sure this amazing plan comes to fruition. Because this plan is about our association and its impact on our profession, because we are all NIRSA, and I'm so excited for the future.
This is us.
This is us.
This is us.
This is us.
This is us. This is us.
This is us.
This is us.
This is us.
Hey, I gotta agree. This is us.
I am NIRSA.
We are NIRSA.
I am NIRSA.
We are NIRSA.
We are NIRSA.
I am NIRSA.
Marsh Jackson.
We are NIRSA.
We are NIRSA.
We are NIRSA. We are NIRSA.
With voice inflection or like just?
NIRSA.
Yes.
We should do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. We are NIRSA. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Okay, I am not going to get that out of my head. Between that and the T-Rex running after Marcus, Okay, Victoria, you said about spamming a mailbox now? No. Okay, so on behalf of the board and the humans of NIRSA, we appreciate the great work of the task force, and we thank them for elevating our path. Thank you. The board and I are extremely excited to receive the final plan. This positions the association and the profession well for our future. The plan is us. This is us. We are NIRSA. So, if you still have some questions or comments, please use the card that is on your chair. You can fill out the back, put your questions or your comments or your feedback, drop it off at the box at registration. You can also continue the discussion at the regional member connection meetings this afternoon at 5 p.m. And guess what? This concludes the NIRSA 2018 annual meeting of the members. Continue to elevate your conference. Thank you for being here.